So,
Hello. Is it audible, sir?
yeah, yeah. So I think
Yeah.
I'm audible, right?
Hi, you are also audible.
Yeah. So shall we begin?
Yes, sir. Just a minute. I will just give some brief introduction.
Okay.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. I, Dr. Mamta Satraddi from Electronics and Communication Engineering Department, welcome you all on behalf of Institution Innovation Council, IIC 5.0, Basveshwara Engineering College, Bagalkot. Today, Mr. Chetan Patil, co-founder, Aiddition Technologies Private Limited, Bengaluru, will deliver a session on initiation and creation of startup, legal and ethical steps. May I now request Dr. Vijayalakshmi Jigjini Madam, Assistant Professor from EC Department, to brief about Basveshwar Engineering College and Institution Innovation Council, as our resource person is aware of or not aware of our college, Basveshwar Engineering College. So, may I request Vijayalakshmi Madam?
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening once again to all. I feel very privileged to brief about our institution and the activities carried out under IIC. Bashveshwar Engineering College, Bagalkot is one of the prestigious technical institution of Bashveshwar Veerashaiva Vidyavarta Sangha, among its 140 plus institutions and established in the year 1963. This year we are celebrating as Diamond Jubilee year, that is the 60th birthday of our college. The student intake has grown to 3,500 in 2022 with 9 UG programs and 8 PG programs with 10 departments recognized as R&D centers by VTU Belagavi. Quality teaching, learning process are emphasized by that faculty whose strength has grown from 28 to 177 with 93 plus faculty having PhD degrees from VTU, IITs, ISCs and NITs. In a short period of 10 years, around 170 plus scholars have registered for PhD programs and 110 scholars have been awarded the doctorate degree from Bashvesh Engineering College. The proactive core research activities have helped the college in securing grants to the tune of 3.23 crores in the past 3 years. The institute has MOAs with 20 industries and higher level institutions. Library is one of the best in the region and the central library is set up as Learning Resource Center with OPAC facility, electronic resource management package for accessing e-journals and online publications. About 1400 state-of-art computers are networked through 10 Gbps backbone fiber network and the campus is Wi-Fi enabled with 1 Gbps internet leased line. To brief about the IIC activities, that is Institutions Innovation Council, BC has established this IIC collaboration with Ministry of Education, Government of India in 2018, and the main focus of this IIC is to embolden, inspire, and nurture the young mind by supporting to work on their new ideas and transform them into prototypes. To foster the innovation and entrepreneurship activities or programs like ideation, boot camp, design thinking, business canvas model, hackathon, competitions, etc. are being regularly conducted. And now we are in the phase of 5 of IIC, and this is one of the program which is hosted under the IIC. And I thank to Mr. Chetan Patil to be our resource person as a part of this activity. And now I request the host, the coordinator, the in charge of this event to continue with the further session. Over to you, Mamta ma'am.
Thank you, Madam. Now I take this opportunity to introduce today's resource person, Mr. Chetan Patil. Chetan Patil is basically came from Vijayapura. He completed his BE in Electronics and Communication Engineering from BLDA College of Engineering, Vijayapura, and MTech in Embedded Systems and VLSI Design from Bangalore. Initially, to get necessary exposure, he joined a startup as employee and learnt nitty-gritty of rapid prototyping for nearly 2 years. Then his professor in PG studies, Mr. Kumar Swami K, an ever-inspiring teacher who was also and developing their own products. He then joined his hands with Mr. Kumar Swamy K, his professor in PG studies, and Mr. P.R. Vishwanath, who liked their ideas and supported them by funding. Then they started their own company, Aiddition Technologies, in 2016. Aiddition Technologies Private Limited is a Bangalore-based startup, an original equipment manufacturer, that is OEM, of all-in-one interactive display. Started in the year 2016 with a mindset to enhance the customer experience by introducing innovative technology with interactive displays. They are one of the few OEMs of professional grade interactive displays with a service network in most of the metro cities in India. In 2019, Satish Aski, a friend of Chetan Patil, also joined their startup. With this brief introduction, here I welcome today's speaker, Mr. Chetan Patil. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
also welcome okay. I also welcome Mr. Basuraj Sortur, Assistant Professor, SKSV MACET Lakshmeshwara, Dr. Anil Devangami, Coordinator BEC IIC and Professor and Head AIML Department, Dr. Mahabaleshwar SK, Associate Professor and Campus Network Coordinator BEC Bagalkote, Dr. Vijayalakshmi Madam, Dr. Purnima Madam, Dr. Rajni Madam, Basuraj Angi Sir, and everyone who are attending this particular program. So welcome you all. Now I request Chetan Patil sir to deliver the session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the brief introduction. So I hope I'm audible and my voice is clear to all, right? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Cool. So good evening to all. Good to see that around 30 people, 30 guys, students are participating in this session after the long day of classes and labs. I think 50% are for certification and for 50% are fan of Shark Tank India, right?
Yes, yes, sir. Actually, exams are going on, sir. Lab exams are going on for
Okay.
all the years. Earlier, it was for second year, it was not there, but suddenly they have made the lab exams for second years also. So
Okay.
therefore, they are little bit busy, so the strength is less today.
No problem. No problem.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So let me begin. Uh, so I will share my screen. Uh, yeah, I hope my screen is visible to all.
Yes, sir. Yes, it is visible.
Yeah. Yeah. So my name is Chetan Patil. So I'm founder of Aiddition Technologies. Uh, Today I have planned to cover these topics. So I will start telling my startup story. Along with that, how we dealt with legal and ethical aspect of our startup throughout the journey. So uh, let me begin with introducing what we do in Addition Technologies. So, Addition Technologies, we have two products. Uh, we are giving products and services in two brand names. One is ADO and another one is Go Self. So, in ADO, we sell interactive displays. I will show brief intro about ADO and Go Self in upcoming slides. So we started our company in 2016 with the with a mindset to enhance the customer experience inside the retail stores. So wherever you go, you will find it may be a retail store or it may be a hospital. So our goal was to enhance visitors or customers' journey in that business premises uh, to enhance it with digital displays. So with that mindset, we started in 2016 with a product called Signage Soft. Uh, Signage Soft is nothing but a digital signage software. So centrally, you push the data like images and videos, and it will display a connected displays. It may be malls or theaters or hospitals. You might have seen some displays around malls showing some ads. So the backend software, that backend software we used to develop in 2016. So later in 2017, we launched a digital signage player. And then 2018, we launched Android tablets, big Android tablets, sizes ranging from 10 inch to up to 32 inch. And then 2021, we launched Go Self Serve. It is a kiosk as a service product. So I think Madam has briefed about myself. So I have done my EC engineering in electronics and communication and masters in VLSI design and embedded system. So I started my startup journey along with my lecturer Kumar Swami sir. So Kumar Swami sir has experience of more than 1.5 decade in lecturing and corporate training. And in 2019, my one of close friend and second time entrepreneur Satish SK has joined us. So earlier to that, Satish was having a startup called Gadi 360. It is an online vehicle maintenance platform. He launched it in 2014, and he sold it to one of the US based company, and then joined Bounce uh, company. So he was managing a complete field fleet in that company. So my role in Aiddition technology is I look after brainstorming a new products, design development in departments like software, hardware, electronics, and mechanical. So Kumar Swami sir takes care of operations and production and after sales support to the customers. Satish Aski takes care of business development and sales. So let's begin with our first product, ADO. So I will just go through brief about both the products. So in upcoming slides, I will explain how we shifted from digital signage software to uh, complete kiosk as a service model in 2021. So ADO is a big Android tablet. We manufacture up from 10 inch to up to 32 inch all-in-one tablets. These are also called as interactive displays. So these are the specifications. Like it has built-in motherboard, touchscreen monitor, and interactive display, LCD professional grade LCD panel. Okay. So any accessories can also be integrated with this. So these are few of our customers, mostly retails. These interactive displays find application in retail stores where you can go and check the products and services of that particular retail store. It can be a hospital where patients can register themselves and browse through and select a department, select a doctor. It may be a corporate office or apartments where visitor come and uh, register for themselves to meet someone in the office, visitor management. So like this, many applications are there for these interactive displays, and these are our few of our clients from 2018 to till date. And then 2021 we launched Go Self Serve. Uh, if you have visited recently in any few of the popular restaurants in Bangalore, you might have come across these kiosks. So these are food ordering kiosks with built-in motherboard software. So we offer it as a rental model. So we don't sell it for restaurants and retail stores. We offer it as a kiosk as a service model, basically a rental model. So these are some features of our Go Self-Serve kiosk. Digital menu, in payment gateway, UPI based payment gateway, built-in thermal printer, and it runs with 4G LTE internet, 2-inch auto cutter thermal printer, and few other sensors. So I will tell about Go Self Serve. So last year we have crossed more than 10 lakh food orders with these 100 kiosks. We These 100 kiosks are located in different locations like Bangalore and Hyderabad, and we recently shipped it to Jammu Kashmir, Vaishnava Devi premises. So daily lakhs of people will be using these kiosks. Uh, yeah. So this is one example in the retail store, and this is one example of Go Self-Serve kiosk in footwear industry, where it is AI enabled. Uh, you go and stand on that mat. The camera inside the kiosk will detect your gender and age, and mat will detect your foot size. Accordingly, it will show a list of items available in that particular store. Instead of showing thousands of products, it will only show which are relevant to your uh, your demography. So, like this Ghost Seltzer product, we have installed 100 plus locations, restaurants in different places in India. And yeah, so this is all about our startup. So, let's begin with basics of startup and why startups are called a temporary organization. So, startup definition, this definition I like the most because it is more relevant. A startup is temporary organization where it is designed to search for a repeatable and scalable business model. That means, so you have not finalized your product, you have not finalized your market fit of the product, you have not finalized the pricing, you have not finalized the business model, whether it works or not, who are your customers. So these over the period you will be figuring out. So it may take a few years. So that's why it is called as a temporary organization in the search of repeatable and scalable business model. Okay. So once you have a successful business idea, and you have come across a business model that generates you regular revenue over the period, then your focus should be on how to optimize and scale it to the next level. So one example I will give you, like let's say you want to start electronic EV scooter. So you worked for 2 years on that idea, and after 2 years you realized that EV scooter market is flooded with so many competitors, and you can't meet their price tag, and you come across a different idea of switching your business to EV tractors. So you realize that there is much scope in EV tractors, and you have stopped working on EV scooters and start manufacturing EV tractors. So all that business models, pricing, target audience, which you have worked the last 2 years, so it has completely changed now. So that is why it is called as a temporary organizations with not fixed business model. Okay. So there are three very important piece in the startup. So one should not ignore any of these. So first one is a product, second one is a people, and third one is process. So I will explain each one of these one by one. So in this slide, so what is product, what is people, and what is process? So product is one where you are working on that one particular idea, uh, and you have to work in a such a way that it should be a market fit, and it should be mass manufacturable. It should have any flaws in it when you scale it to the masses. So, and if it is a software product, it should not break with a large volume. So you should have consider all these factors before you launch it to a manufacturing or to the mass audience. And the second P is people. People are who you interact with in your day businesses, like your co-founders, your customers, your investors, and your partners. So you should have a good relationship with all these people, and you should have a clear cut contract or agreement with all these stakeholders, so in order to run your businesses smoothly. So it start with co-founders itself. You define roles and responsibility of each co-founder and write it down in an agreement, and you define customer agreement, what their requirement. So in order to have a trustful faithful relationship with all these people, so you should concentrate much on people and agreement and these processes. And third P is process. So process is what you follow to make your businesses scalable and profitable, and make it large. So there are many processes comes under this category, this umbrella. So one is rules and regulations, what apply to your products is, and uh, the marketing strategy processes, sales processes. So many processes are there. You should have a clear cut idea before you launch, or after launching. Quickly you have to figure out these processes. So when it comes to a product, uh, many of many of the people ask me how to find a right product. So right product comes from if you keep on observing yourself in a day-to-day activities, the day-to-day products you use. If you feel the product can be better, you can make the product even better than this. And if you think there is a gap in the market, and you can give a solution with the technology, so then it becomes your startup idea. Example, there was a gap of aggregation of cabs and booking cabs in the from the mobile phone. This is how the Uber and Ola uh, started. And there was a gap of after the internet era. So there was gap of delivery of the products to the home and ease of ordering it over the internet. This is how Amazon and Flipkart have started. And so you just have to keep looking around you and for the problems and gaps and betterment of the existing products, and you come up with ideas. And if you think you can solve or make the existing product better, and you have that capability, you can pick that idea and start working on that. So if you think you can do that, you can make the product better, or you can solve that particular problem. The next step is to uh, look for whether the product you have selected, the idea you have selected, it is a market fit or not, uh, whether the people will buy it, or whether already there is a competition in the market, and what they are doing it, and how differently you can do it. So all these questions you have to write it down, and you should have an answer for this. So in a market research, it comes TAM, SAM, and SOM. The TAM is nothing but a total addressable market. SAM is serviceable addressable market, and SOM is serviceable or obtainable market. So what are these? So I will give you one example. Let's say you have a plan. You have decided you have a smartwatch. Uh, in that smartwatch, you want a feature of like uh, pollution detection. Uh, so you search for that smartwatch with pollution detection sensor in it. So you think you can do it as it is not available in the market, and you have that skill sets to build a smartwatch with built-in sensor. So first thing you have to write it down is whom who may be your future competitors. So in the smartwatch category, there are few competitors like Fitbit, Boat, and few Noise, and so many people are there. So uh, before they come and capture, you should have a clear idea about how you should be ahead of them with your technical capabilities and the market study. So let's say this pollution smartwatch is useful all the people who are there uh, in India. Around 100 crore people are there. So let's say 1% of the population can use your product smartwatch with built-in pollution sensor. So out of 1%, it becomes 10 lakh people. 10 lakh people becomes your SAM, serviceable addressable market. So out of 10 lakh people, how much you can acquire? How many people can afford your smartwatch? And quickly within a period of 1 or 2, how you can grab the market and how much percentage you can grab the market. That becomes your SOM. SOM is nothing but serviceable obtainable market. So let's say you from 1 crore to it becomes sum of 1 lakh, and you sell it for 10,000 rupees per watch. Your total revenue projection for next 2 years becomes around 100 crores. So by arriving this number, you have to think whether this number is feasible for you, or you want some bigger idea which has and you want to make a bigger revenue with a different product. So after studying all these things, if it makes sense for you to start this uh, pick this idea and start manufacturing, first thing you have to do is directly not to jump for a production or manufacturing of a designing of a final product. So before that, you have to test it whether your product, your idea, your problem statement, what you are thinking, it will it has a market, whether it is really there or it is just your assumption. So you have to validate that. So for that, you have to build a minimum viable product. So what is the minimum viable product? A minimum viable product is proof of concept. It is above proof of concept, where you show it to your intent or your future customers. They will see it and they will say, yes, I need this product, and if you launch it, I will buy it. So you have to validate with your future customers. And if you have enough data that your assumptions, your TAM SOM, it is matching to a real study, then you can jump into a real designing of your product and taking it to the mass production. If it is a software product, it is very easy. You don't have to worry about the investments, the manufacturing facility and all. With just by learning the skill sets, improving your skill set, you can test the MVP of the product. If it is a hardware product, you can use your laboratory, college lab. For example, for a smartwatch with pollution sensor, you can have a POC in your college itself. So in a college, go to your lab, pick Arduino to test the functionalities. Uh, you write the intent end functionalities over the Arduino display and sensors. If you feel it is useful, then learn PCB designing and make a miniature version of that prototype. Make a small version of your final product. So at least 70%, 60 to 70% of the final intent product is okay. So you take help if you are electronics guy, you work on electronics thing and take a help of software classmate or a friend to write software features on that smartphone. And for enclosure, you can use your lab's 3D printer. You can take help of your mechanical friend to do that. And once you do that, take it to the end customer, the intent customer, a targeted customer, show it to them, take their feedback, and tell them you are going to launch in this period and with this cost. If they say yes, then not only one guy, you have to meet around 100 people, then gather all the information. After having confidence, you start working on the real product. So there are so many iterations happens after launching the product as well. So you build MVP, then you launch the product to the market, you learn from the feedback, and then again you reiterate it and relaunch it. Finally, one scalable product will arrive. So from that time, your goal should be on just improvising the processes and scaling it from one region to other region. Let's say you are serving it in a Bangalore, take it to the Hyderabad, take it to Delhi, take it to Mumbai. By applying same processes, processes means marketing process, sales processes, and manufacturing processes. If it is a hardware product, like this same apply and scale it to all the different localities. uh, so in this process you have to make sure that one process which you have concluded which is working, it should work in all other demographies and all other regions also. Let's say you have launched one product, it is working in Bangalore, and you can't launch it in Hyderabad because the demography is different. So then it is very difficult for you to scale the product. So you have to keep that in mind. So I will give you my example. So in 2016, as I told, we have launched a software, and then we realized there is a requirement of a player, digital signage player, and then we realized there is a huge gap in India where nobody is manufacturing big Android tablets for business use cases. Business use cases means retails, hospitals, education sectors. So there were some interactive displays above 32 inch. Like you in your college, you may be having whiteboards, big interactive whiteboards. So above 32 inch, there were few vendors or manufacturers, and below 10 inch, there were normal tablets and mobile phones are there. But in between 10 inch to up to 32 inch, there was a market gap, and there were no product available at that time, and still it is not available. So we are the one or we are the few manufacturers of these interactive displays between 10 inch to 32 inch. So with our electronics background and rapid prototyping experience, we launched uh, Android interactive display in 2018. So we launched it in 2018. We sold around 4 units of displays only. So with that experience, with market study, We again relaunched it with a new version in 2019. So we sold few hundred units in 2019, and we found a gap of we are just providing the hardware, but there is a gap where there is a huge demand for hardware plus software. People are not willing to write their own software for their businesses. So after realizing that, along with the interactive displays, we started uh, providing a software solution to the retails in 2020. So due to the COVID and lockdown and all, retail got hit badly. So we quickly pivoted the same product and software. We just modified it little bit in few weeks. We relaunched it for restaurants, because at that time restaurants were fully operational. So in 2021, we launched a Go Seltzer uh, with complete solution, like software, hardware, service, lifetime warranty. So the customers, a small, even a small restaurant, Dabawala can also have these interactive displays to enhance their customer experience. Or for customers also, it is very useful to browse through all the products and services which the restaurant is offering, and quickly make the payment using a UPI and get the printout. So, so this is how we found a right product at the right timing, and we started scaling it. And still we are in the phase of working on this loop. Now it is working in Bangalore. So we are taking it to the Hyderabad, and then Mumbai and Delhi. So as we already have few units sold there, but we don't have a concrete plan how to market it there, how to have a sales team over there. So we are still iterating it and finalizing the business model and marketing go to market strategies. So next P is people. So first P is product. So in now you have finalized product idea. You worked on that product and launched a minimum viable product. So now you have finalized quickly bring the product to the market and scale it. So if you think you can alone handle it, it is okay to do that. But I think in this, uh, if you are launching a technical product, it would be very difficult to handle alone. So better to have a co-founder. So how I found my co-founders. So in 2014, after when I graduated my masters, so I was working on one of the rapid prototype company, and parallelly I was working on a few of the projects like 3D printer, desktop 3D printers I was creating. and desktop CNC machine I was creating. So Kumar Swamy sir was my lecturer in my master's college. He used to teach me embedded systems. So he was very curious about my works. So he always used to call me and say that let's start something. So I know you are going to start something, but consider me as a co-founder. Okay, he used to 2 years. He used to follow up. So after 2 years, when I felt I can handle a product development on my own, and we can launch a product. So then, with the help of Kumar Swamy sir, we started our Aiddition technologies with digital signage software. So we together launched digital signage software and player. In 2018, we launched a tablet, interactive tablet, but we realized that we are from technical background. We were lagging product marketing, sales, and finance. So that's how we decided to have another co-founder. We had an option of hiring an employee by sharing some ESOPs, but so we thought these are crucial departments like business development and sales. We can't hire an experienced person uh, at that time. So that's how we approached my one of PUC friend Satish Aski, who already sold earlier startup to one of the company, and as a working as a director in one of the renowned startup bounds. So when I approached, so he was following me from 2016 to 18. He knew what we were doing, so he was very curious about that. So he agreed. He just left his high-paying job and joined us as a co-founder. So this is how our core team has built. So and later on we had a very good employees. We hired them from colleges. We Most of our employees what we have today, they joined as interns and they are still together with us. So this is how we built right people, gathered right people around us, started working on our product. So the last important P is process. So in process is altogether it is a broad category. So under this, you have marketing and sales processes, business models, finance processes, and legal and some other processes, legal processes. So when you have the idea about the product, and when you are launching it, and when you have a right people around you, it is very much important to have a right processes. Or before starting the project itself, you should be aware of what all the processes involved. It may arrive in future. It may be a legal or financial. Everything you should be aware of well before you start operational. Or maybe you start it on the go. You can learn these processes, but it is recommended to know well before uh, you scale it. So process in a process, you always focus on a scalable processes. Scalable process is one that it can handle a growth or increase the demand of your product and services without changing anything on your core product features or business model. So once it is one product, it is working in this condition, it should work in a same way in another condition. So if it is working in Bangalore, it should work same in Hyderabad. So if it is working for 100 people, if it is a software product, if it is a e-commerce website, it is handling 100 people right now, and tomorrow it gets a traffic of 1 lakh people. It should work in the same way as it is working today. So you should uh, you should always think of scalable processes, so that in the future you don't face any legal issues or product issues or competitions. And so if you have a right business model and right competent marketing and sales automation process, you don't have to worry about the competition and everything in near future. Okay. So what is business model? So first thing in the process comes a business model. So what is business model? Business model is nothing but how your product generates revenue. In what all ways your product is generating a revenue. One best example I can give you is Amazon. Amazon is e-commerce platform. You all know that. So it generates money from a platform giving, like you can sell your product on the Amazon platform, and Amazon takes a commission for that. Second revenue generation what they have is they list their own products in the name of Amazon or some other brand names. And third revenue generation what they have is they advertise some products. So you might, while scrolling in Amazon e-commerce website, you might have seen sponsored product. So they make money by advertising some other products. So this is a third business model they have. And the fourth one is Amazon Prime. So they collect yearly subscription charges of 1,000 rupees and all, right. So with that also they generate the revenue. So with one e-commerce platform, they are generating money with different business models. So you have to think a, a different approaches or different ways how you can make more money using a single product instead of launching a all new product itself. With existing product, how you can sell more, and how you can add different services to your product, right? So example, I can one more example I can give you is our own example. So earlier we had only Android tablet, so we used to sell it. So that is one business model. And now with the Go Seltzer, we have second revenue model, that is renting out the whole product itself as a kiosk as a service. So we collect monthly rental from the business owners like restaurants and retails. So this is our second business model. And third business model is we are launching in next quarter. So that is with this Go Self Service itself with some add-on features. So this is how we are with the same product. We are thinking how to make add the revenue uh, and with the different ways. Okay. So this is one example. Set your goal uh, and you think how you can make a revenue of that target amount, and in different ways. Example, let's say you have started a business, and you have two products. One you sell it, one you rent it. So let's say your product you have set a price of 200 rupees, and your next 1 year your target is to make 10 lakh rupees. Okay. So with 200 rupees price tag, you need to find 5,000 people to buy it. So in order to get that 5,000 people, you have to burn the money in advertising, and you have to reach out 10x or 100x people in social media, Instagram, or wherever your target audience are, you think you are there. So, and after selling, you should be making a profitable business after deducting customer acquisition cost on advertisers. Okay, so if you have set a product price of 500 rupees, you need to find 2000 people to purchase that product. So the same way, if you are renting it out, your product, it may be a SaaS product, it may be a has product. SaaS means service, software as a service. One example is uh, antivirus. Antivirus is your software as a service product. So you monthly or quarterly or yearly you purchase the antivirus license and install in your laptop. So this is how there are so many SaaS products are there. Example, Netflix is one, and Prime is one. So per month or per year, they charge a fixed amount, and they try to grab the as many as people according to their target revenue. Let's say you are renting out your product for 17 rupees per month. You need to find 5,000 people in order to make 10 lakh rupees in next 12 months. So you have to split your product pricing and your revenue target and arrive a sustainable, profitable business model. Okay. So, and the next part in the process comes legal aspects of startup when you are starting it. So you should be aware of all these legal aspects, even you come under this category or not, but you should be aware because you now have idea, you have now have a market study, you now arrived with the right business model with the different revenue streams, and you have a good people and you have a good processes, but you fail to follow these rules and regulations. It may affect your business. It may uh, eventually you may have to close the product or your complete entity itself if you don't follow a few of the rules. But fortunately nowadays there is much not tight regulations for the startups if you are registered under startup India. So what all the legal aspects you should be aware of? First and foremost is, let's say you have finalized your product. Okay. And you want to start working on, you have already done MVP, and you found it is market fit. Now you think you are ready to sell it to the people. So next step comes registering your entity uh, as a business, and have the required licenses, and whatever the laws applies, you have to adhere of all these things. So in first thing, formalizing a business structure and founders agreement is very important. So formalizing the business structure is nothing but you are registering your company name. So there are multiple ways. One is private limited, another one is LLP. So partnership, sole proprietorship. There are many structures are there to register your company. Okay. So after registering any one of these, so in next slide I will show you what are the different structures available for you to register your company, and advantages and disadvantages of each. I will explain in the next slide. So we in initial 2 years we registered as a partnership firm, me and my co-founder Kumar Sami sir, as a Aiddition technologies. And we realized this business needs external fund, and then we registered as a private limited, so as a Aiddition technologies private limited. To do business, we obtained some licenses, like import license, export license, and e-waste management license. So according to your products, you need to have different licenses. For example, let's say you want to have a restaurant chain business, so first you have to register either a partnership or a private limited. That is must. And after that, a license under Shop and Establishment Act. And then for a restaurants, Food and Safety Measurement Act, Food Adulteration Act, Health Trade License. All these licenses you have to obtain. And let's say you are doing online e-commerce website, then you need to have a VAT registration, service tax registration. And then if you are selling a drugs, medical supplies, then you need to apply for a drugs licenses, local drug licenses, and distribution drug licenses. So based on your product, so you need to get the licenses, respective licenses. So you have now registered your entity, either proprietorship or private limited, and based on your products and services, you got licenses, respective licenses. Now, third important thing you need to consider is tax applicable to your registered structure and your products. So that you should be aware of. So in a tax, there are several tax will come: central tax, sales tax, and local tax, and GST. And if you are registered with a private limited, some other you come under different tax slab. If you are registered with proprietorship, you come under a different tax slab. So all these things you have to consider. And according to your go to market strategy, you have to uh, get the license or taxation, register your entity, get the license, and know about your tax, in which category you come under. Okay. And one of the important thing you should know while starting a new entity is you should register. After getting all these things, you should, first thing you have to do is get the Udyam Aadhar number by applying it to the government MSME portal. So after that, once you get a Udyam Aadhar, you register for Startup India. So the Startup India scheme covers most of the. It will safeguard you in most of the compliances things. Let's say if you are not registered with Startup India, you have to get a labor. Uh, so labor department needs to come to your place and give the uh, business approval. So if you register under startup scheme, so you can avoid for 1 or 2 years all these compliances and department going to these respective departments, and entering your entity into the particular departments. So in a single platform, all necessary compliances and registrations are covered. So get the Udyam Aadhar and get the Startup India registration. It is very simple. Go to Startup India and register your. It asks you few documents about your structure, your founders agreement and all, and your bank details, your current bank details. So you just enter and you get the Startup India registered. Okay. So next important thing is labor law. So whether you are big or small, you should be aware of labor laws, because if you have 1 or 2 employees, there are few rules applied, labor laws applied to you. If you have more than 10 employees, there are other set of rules are applicable. So like minimum wages, gratuity, and PF, weekly holidays, and bonuses distributions. These are some labor laws. According to your structure, you have to check in what category you come under, and you should apply to those, and make sure you are compliant with that. Okay. And It is fifth one is very important for your to protect your product uh, from other competitors to copy it. So once you have the product finalized, let's say a smartwatch with that you are doing a smartwatch with that sensor. First thing, you have to find a right name for it, and immediately while working on a minimum viable product, you should register it for trademark. So, and if you think your design is unique, and you have to apply it for IP, intellectual property, or patent. So in India, we have scheme for startup intellectual property protection scheme. It is also called as SIIP. So they will help you to apply for IP. But trademark within 5,000 rupees you can have after registering your entity. Using You can use the portals like uh, clear tax or India filing. There are so many portals are there. Go there, upload your documents, and register the trademark. It will take 1 year to get the registered certificate. Example, ADO, I have applied it in 2018. I have got a trademark as a registered. Go Self, we have applied in 2021. So we are about to get the register very soon. So it will protect your product from copying it. Let's say your watch becomes very popular. Uh, there may be a chances of some other Chinese watches with your brand name may come in the market. And if you're not protected with a trademark, there may be a chance that some other guy who imports the similar product, and he registered the trademark of you with your name, and he gets the name. So you may lose a complete market, your audience, and eventually you may have to change your business name, uh, go to market strategy itself. Okay, so protect your name using a trademark. If it is a unique design, protect it under IP. And third thing is very important thing is apply immediately for get the domain name if you are planning to have a e-commerce website or online services. So like adio.in, goselfsir.in, we have obtained after finalizing the name itself. Okay. So, and after that, you should be knowing what are the different contract managements are there in the field. Like one agreement I already explained, founders agreement, in which you write it down all the all co-founders roles and responsibilities, and share pattern. And you have to have a NDA, non-disclosive agreement, with your partners whom you are working with. Let's say you are getting PCB manufactured with some other company. They should not use your design to manufacture their product, or they should not give your product to some other company. So you should sign an NDA agreement with them. Like this, many other documents are there, MOU. And if it is you are running a e-commerce website, online portal, so privacy policy for a user is very much important. So your users must you should give all the details in your portal, how you store user data in your portal, how to handle it. Like this all should be documented and shown on the website. So these are the contract with your vendor, contract with your customers, invoices, invoice terms, and quotation terms, and what is the warranty you are providing, and what is the service duration you are offering. All should be documented. There are few different uh, set of documents, MOU, NDA. So you should not start immediately. So once day by day, when you grow, you come across all these terminologies, uh, and start adapting at that time. Okay. So let's say you had thought of a business which you uh, thought it will make big, but unfortunately your business doesn't turn out as expected. uh, Nothing bad in it. So either you can, with that experience, you pivot it to some other product, or you can shut it down. If you think it is not going to scale, or you won't make much out of it, you can shut it down. There are few procedure to shut down the startup. Like, it is always good to share the information to all the stakeholders, all the people involved with you, like co-founders. You discuss with them and have a terms, and investors, so you discuss with them. So understand, make them understand that why you are closing it, and what is the exist strategy, and your existing customers, if you are closing, and if it is, who will take care of the product warranty. So you need to have all the things sorted before closing it, and then apply for startups. I think if you don't have any liability, you can apply for fast track exit mode. Few other modes are there, but fast track exit mode, most of the startups follow. Okay, so these are all a few legal things you should be knowing before starting any business, so that you can, as and when required, you can start adapting it. Okay, so very common question which I get is, so under what uh, structure I should register my company? Either register with a sole proprietorship or a partnership, LLP or private limited. Let's say, so I always suggest, don't register your entity till you have a POC or a minimum viable product with you, and you have done a thorough market study. And after this, all the data, if you think your product is sellable, and it is market fit, then register your entity with any of these. Okay, so let's say you are starting your food business, and you don't want any other external fund, and you want to do a localized business in your city only, then registered with sole proprietorship. Or if you think your product needs external funding, you want to, in order to make it scalable, and you in order to sell your product throughout India or take it to the overseas, you need external funding. Then very popular structure is private limited company registration. Okay, so you can consider this thing. Okay, and these ethical fundamentals you should follow, you should practice after once you commence operations. Like, you should be very transparent about your pricing, you should be very transparent about your marketing strategies, and you should be very transparent about, with all your stakeholders, and your product quality, and how you market your product, without misleading your customers, and without false promotions or advertisements. Okay, so you should be all, if it is a hardware product, and make sure that it is environmentally sustainable. Like practices, you should practice uh, to reduce the carbon footprint, and in order to promote the sustainability. Okay, so, and you should respect your employees, you should uh, treat your employees with dignity, and provide fair wages, and you take care of your people, and they will take care of your business. It's as simple as that. So, and and you try to involve with corporate social activities, like volunteering for social causes, supporting local charities. Okay, and very important thing is, make sure that your customer data is uh, uh, secured with you, and it is you are very transparent with your customers and how you are handling their data, how you are collecting it, how you are storing it, and how you are using it. Okay, so you should not without their consent, you should not transfer their data to some other, you should companies, or sell it. You should not practice. If you have a big goal, if you want to make your product or company a big, so these are the basic ethical fundamentals you should follow. Okay. Okay, so once you have a big entity, you will come across all these terminologies. So now we have covered startup, founder, what is founders, how you treat the customers and employees. Once you think you want to raise the money, so you will come across investors and get what are the types of investors. So all this in through over your journey in your startup, you'll come across all these terminologies. You just have to know the definition and when to approach and when to deal with all these services. Okay. Okay, so thank you. I think this session was useful to you. uh, I think I delivered some useful information to you. uh, and I am reachable at this social media handle. You can connect with me in this LinkedIn profile, Chetan9. And if you want to know about our products, you can follow Go Self Serve in LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. This is one example I'm telling you. So once you finalize the product, you try to get the IDs. So earlier for radio, I couldn't able to get it, but Go Self Serve. So LinkedIn I got, in Instagram I got, Facebook. So this will help for your marketing. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Actually, it was very helpful, and you have covered all the topics. That is how to start the startup, then what are the legal steps to get the startup, and what are the ethical steps. So really, it may be helpful for a new startup who is going to start their own startups. For final year students, it will be very helpful. So I request the participants, if you are having any questions, you can ask now. Students, participants, any questions? Uh, you can unmute your microphone and you can start. Ask it. Somebody is raising the hand. Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, someone has
Any
raised.
question from participants? Maybe.
Okay, so
Sir, I
if,
am having one question from my side.
yes, ma'am, please go ahead.
Uh, Sir, actually, you have done the job in software company initially, and now you are the entrepreneur of your own startup. Which one you feel and which makes you happy in working environment, whether it is like in as a job or under somebody else or to become your own entrepreneur?
Uh, so, uh, so I worked in one of the startup. So there, the environment like how I am working today. So the
Mm,
environment in the startup earlier where I worked, it was same. So
mm,
we were working as a team. So even the founders, two founders were very close to me, and we used to discuss. It was very small team. It is a three-member startup. So two co-founders and third employee was me. So 2 years we all together worked. I think so. When I was in last year, so that time only I had made up my mind key. So I should start my own. So it depends on you. So both have advantages, both have disadvantages. And if you are running your own business, you have to compromise on initial days, uh, and there are lots of risk involved with it. So you
Yeah, definitely.
so, and if you are not dependable child, if your family is not depending on you, then you can take a challenge, take a risk for 1 or 2 years and try it out. So I recommend first you should gather some skill sets in working some startups or organizations. After having enough confidence and thorough knowledge about the field which you want to start your startup journey, then start working, because that increases your credibility. So you don't have to compromise on anything, because nowadays, if you have a right idea and right product, market fit product, with all the study, if you prepare it, so there may be a chances of getting the funds initial days itself. You don't have to compromise with financially. So but at the time, you have to give a lots of time if you are starting your own startup. But as when you are working under some organizations, there will be some flexibility, like 8 hours per day. So for us it is like 24 hours a day. So any time, any day, so we should be available for our business. So it depends on individual, so what they want to have. If they want to have a successful career, they can choose that. And if they want to have their own startup, they can start that also.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Means to become an entrepreneur, we need to take the risk.
Yeah, yeah. Risk are
Yeah,
risk. Yeah. So risk,
yeah,
is
definitely.
in
Then
terms of
only you will become the successful entrepreneur.
correct,
That you face the challenges and all those things.
correct.
And one more thing, sir, when you are doing that is manufacturing any product, we are going to take its that is in ethical step, that is you have to take the license of that one and you have to register it.
Hmm.
If someone else has taken our own idea and that is selling it with their different name,
Hmm.
is it legal possible? Legal is it possible or
So idea can be
idea
copied.
is they are taking others' ideas and give their own name?
Yeah, yeah. So that is how most of the business startups are doing in India now, and across the world
Mhm.
also. Example, Uber was there in USA. It was a idea of USA, those guys, and someone started Ola in India after 6 years in India. And Amazon was there in USA, and Flipkart started in India. So there is nothing bad in applying or taking,
Okay.
but it is all
But
depends on
with
how you are executing it. So
that service, that is app is okay, but if it's respect to products, it is not correct, no?
yeah,
If you
that's
are
a
manufacturing your own products, then if somebody else has copied and sell it with low price, then definitely the who is the original manufacturer, he is going to lose their product, no?
correct. So that's why you need to have a. You should register your design. You should apply a patent, or you should register with IPs. So if you
Okay.
think your design is unique and you have created your own with inspiration of some other fields, so you should apply for a patent or IP. And name
Okay.
also, you should immediately after finalizing the product name, you should apply for trademarks, logo, everything you should apply before commencing your sales operations. So it will all these IPs, trademarks, domains. It will help you negotiate the contract.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Any other questions from participants? Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much for your talk which is based on the how to make the startup and what are the legal and ethical steps. Hope this will be benefited for the students to do their own startups after their graduation. And also, I wish you should reach and get a success in your all products and manufacturing process. And in a startup, you would reach your peak and get all the success. Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much, sir.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you, sir.
Bye. Bye all.
Bye, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.